Hello, everybody. My name is Jeremy. This is Red Means Recording, and today we're going to be talking about the transformative nature of some good effects. This is the GFI System Synesthesia. It is a dual modulator effect, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. This is the GFI System's Specular Tempus, a quite frankly amazing sounding reverb pedal. Stereo in, stereo out. This is our friend the Microfreak, and the reason I'm using the Microfreak is because it just sounds so basic. Mono as hell, no vibe, no space. But once we start introducing effects, we can get very, very cool. So why don't we do that? Let that anti-shimmer go. Before we go any further, a couple things. One, this thing that y'all won't stop asking about is from a Etsy store called Dig Dug DIY. They don't always have it in their shop, so if you go there, you might not see it. I've been told you can get something similar for cheaper on AliExpress, but I don't know. So there it is. Stop asking about it. It's just there for aesthetic, not to be the focus of the video, you goddamn losers. Second, let's talk about why these pedals are here. I did a video recently for Board Brain Injector, a module that allows you to bring guitar signals into your Eurorack realm, and I did a bunch of guitar stuff through my Eurorack effects. The same company, Mass Distro, that distributes Board Brain, distributes GFI, and we were like, hey, do you want to do another video? And I was like, yeah, I think it'd be really, really cool to talk about how good effects transform otherwise dry signals into something much, much richer and more expressive. So that's why these are here. They were sent from the company. They're not paying me to do this video, but I just wanted to talk about effects, and look how pretty these are. Oh no, I just realized my aesthetic is kind of messed up here. Well, I got cables everywhere, baby. Cables, cables, cables up my butt. So speaking of cables, you'll notice that we have, again, stereo in, stereo out. I have the synesthesia running into the Specular Tempus, so boop, boop. This is our signal chain. You can also see that I have some USB cables, and that's because both of these have an application that allows you to edit the effects. It's a librarian as well. All kinds of good stuff for that. And that's what we're going to be looking at because it makes the thing a lot easier. So let's go ahead and bypass the Specular Tempus and take a look at the synesthesia real quick, okay? So let's take a look at SimLab, which is the app for this. I think, as far as I know, everything that we can do except for like MIDI configuration and the ARP editor and the expression, which you can see here. Look at all that. Are editable within our friend here. However, the app just makes it really, really easy. And all you got to do is plug it directly into your computer and hit connect after you've installed the USB driver, and it just works, which is fantastic. So over on the left, you can see that we have some presets. And as I move through them, you'll hear. Ooh, that's a cool one. You'll hear the effect change. Over on the right, we have the effects themselves, and you can see that we have X and Y. So we have a couple different ways to make these go into each other. We can cascade them, we can mix them, and then we can split them. We can also swap the effects just by hitting swap. And in some cases, that's really, really nice because you might want to try out like a chorus after a reverb or vice versa, and you can do that. So let's talk about the effects in here. We have these two different effects engines. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the second one, which is our chorus, and we'll just start with the X. So starting with the tremolo, you can hear that it's adding some complex modulation to our amp, or our volume. We can change the panning on it, which is cool. If you put like an echo after that, get something pretty cool. So we've got regular tremolos. We have a harmonic tremolo. Let's go ahead and make that stereo. I want the vibe to be deep. And you can collect things like depth and the speed. Now these are actually editable on here too. It's this side, I'm sorry. So you have control over this stuff on the interface itself, which is nice. Do 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 do. Chopper. Oh, yeah. This would sound cool on chords. Oh, can I do Planet Telex by Radiohead? You can walk it home straight from school. You can buck it, you can break all the... Anyways, that's probably not it. But yeah, pretty fucking cool. Listen to that. Guess what? There's an echo built into that. You can see that right here. The echo level is all the way up. It's got that nice sort of like stereo swell after it. Ooh, that was not good. See, my attack's all the way down on the Microfreak here, so that's the pedal doing that. That's pretty cool. So that's the tremolo section. Next up, we have filters. These are pretty cool. I'm just going to leave that on the background. Just know that we have a diffuse echo going on. It just makes everything sound cooler, you know? That's cool. That's very, very cool. Envelope filter. That actually sounds really nice. Yeah, that's really nice. This is cool. We have like modulated stepped effects in here. Let's go ahead and keep our sustain up. You can see here that we can have it super step or gliss between the filter things. And then we can change the filter if we want. Remember, we're just passing a super, super basic wave through here, right? What's up next? A format filter. So this is going to sound kind of voicey. And go really, really low. And really bring out that format filter. This would be something that would be good to run a guitar through, obviously with an expression pedal. And we do have hookups for that. Let's see. Aux switch, control voltage, expression. The port is labeled Ace. This pedal is Ace. I like that. It's good representation. Swirls. Okay, this is my favorite section. This is where we get into chorusing and stuff like that. And chorusing is one of the things that I love to put on pretty much everything in some way or another, some sort of stereo spread. Let's go ahead and maybe turn on an ARP for a bit so I don't have to like play. Amazing. Okay, let's get some chorus in. Instantly more interesting. Kind of got that Juno thing going on, right? I also kind of like the way it has this warmth to it. There is a tone control here. So that's back to the original tone a bit more. But you can still hear it full mix. We get a little bit of roll off. So kind of like that analog chorus sound, which is really nice. So that was dimension. That's kind of like you can insert the hyper dimension control a little bit. Let's go ahead and get this in. So here's the normal chorus. Pretty damn good, honestly. Honestly, pretty damn cool. Turn that off for right now. Tri-chorus, for when one chorus isn't enough. Oh, that's nice. I love it when it starts to flange a little bit. But we don't have to worry about that because we do have flangers. Got even a sample and hold flanger, which is pretty cool. Next up, we have some phasers. Creamy. That's what I think of when I think of phasers. I think of creamy. Miscellany. Actually, there's a lot of good stuff hiding in miscellany, including this octave shifter, which is awesome because it has a reverb. So this isn't specifically a reverb pedal, but it has one. So let's go ahead and make this long. We have a sub-octave and a top octave. So this is just going to make your sound absolutely massive. There's dry. This is not on right now. So that's one side of the synesthesia model. We haven't even added another one yet. There are some other great stuff in here. Yeah, there's like the lo-fi ones in here that are really nice. It just sounds nice. Like it's like a really nice kind of lo-fi chill sound. And you know, the point of this video is as much to show these off as it is to just talk about like how important effects are. Like the stuff that we're getting out of these is really transforming this basic ass sound to something really special. And I love it. All right. So that's enough about SimLab. Let's talk about SpecLab. And by that, I mean Specular Tempus. So I'm going to go ahead and bypass both of these real quick. We'll bring them in together near the end. Why have a dedicated reverb pedal? Why have a dedicated anything pedal? Well, because you want to work with hardware that doesn't have built-in effects. Lots of synths have built-in effects, but not always are they so well conceived that they give you the diversity that these do, or a good effect pedal. That's why people are like prattling on about their Strymons or their TC electronic spaces and stuff like that. There is a reason. The things sound good, and Specular Tempus was one that really surprised me, just like in terms of its sheer quality. So the way that it works is, let's go ahead and listen to what we have here. Let's remind ourselves. And we have obviously a similar app. We can go through and pick stuff like here. And we have a couple different reverbs and delays to choose from. So you can see on the app here, we're using the Spatium reverb. This is the mother reverb of the Specular reverb. So this algorithm was, created for this thing. But if we click into here, we'll see that we have all these different algorithms that we can pick from that can be edited as well. I've gone through and I've made a bunch of presets that should sort of show off some of the stuff and also some of the ones that come with it. So for instance, here is a shimmer reverb, which is going to add reoccurring pitch things on top of the diffused reverb to begin with, which is quite frankly beautiful. Everybody needs a shimmer reverb. It is like part of the code of conduct of making music that you need one. It's actually pretty cool if you take this down and let the shimmers work off of the low frequencies here. It becomes even more obvious. Let's get our cutoff filter way down. Hear how it's just adding all those wonderful high-frequency harmonics? Shimmer reverbs are amazing. I love them to death, and this one just sounds really good. All right, Clear Sky, what is this using? This is a delay. It's using the digital delay. There we go. Let's check our rate here. We are at 69 nice BPM. So I can come over to here. I've set these all up to respond to BPM. We can change that as a setting in the software. So now I just got these wonderful synced delays. This one has a reverb built into the delay, as you can see in the interface. And it's always an interesting thing to see how the pedal with the delay deals with infinite feedback, and it's actually pretty pleasant. That's really nice. One of the cool things about this thing is it has a kill dry, and you can see in this preset the kill dry is on. This is like a swell, a shimmering swell reverb, and it actually says, you know, works best with kill dry. So we'll go ahead and turn off our sequence real quick. Turn up the decay. Oh, we got a little bit of shimmer there, yep. So when you're working with effects and you're working with sounds like this, you have to think about the evocation that a series of effects will give a sound in terms of what's it going to do to it in the listener's ears. And like these big spacious reverbs and stuff like that give the listener a sense of gravity and sort of like depth that you can really use to employ to give your compositions more gravity and depth, which is cool. Transpose delays, which is also really cool. You can see that I can control. You can see that I can control the actual interval here. So here's a perfect fifth. One of the cool things that you can do here is set in the app, you can set what the subdivision is once you set the temp note. So right now it's set to A. It was set to an eighth note, but I can make it a dotted eighth, and I can set the tempo here as well. This is honestly pretty damn cool. This one is very interesting. It's an ambient stereo delay. That width is just fantastic. Let me turn this down a little bit. When it comes to space and reverb pedals, the algorithm that they come up with and how it sounds and how it reacts is key. And I gotta say, GFI did an amazing job with the algorithm in this. This one's called Boinkery. Spring reverb. Spring reverb. Okay, so let's go down to some of the ones that I made. I just kind of wanted to show these off. This is the digital diffused delay, which has a reverb built into it. Really, really nice. And then there's an analog version of that, which is going to give us our sort of like really bucket brigade-y kind of sound when I turn that up. So let's go ahead and turn this down. See how it's kind of like a little darker? It's also got that wonderful sort of pitch modulation going on in it, which is really, really cool. It gives a richness. That's one of the things that pitch effects do to your mix, is they give them a richness that's really, really nice. There's just also wanted to show off the simple like 70s plate that's in here because it's actually really nice. Same thing with the nuance reverb. It's very, very kind of just chill. So here's a 70s plate. It's not a lush, that is. We can turn the decay all the way down. And get a more simpler plate. And then we have the nuance verb, which is just a really all-around great sounding verb. Especially that modulation, gets that little pitch shifting on the... Oh, it's nice. Boring. Better. If you can listen to a reverb forever, then it's a good reverb. Speaking of forever, I should show you anti-shimmer. This thing's cool. So we talked about shimmer earlier, which takes the sound and pitches it up. The anti-shimmer does the opposite. And you can actually change... Where is it? Oh yeah, Doppler or rumble. You can hear a bit of a difference there. Let's go ahead and kill the dry on this. So you can hear that low drone. There's Doppler. Rumble has a bit more high into it, it sounds like. That is a damn cool sounding reverb. One last final thing, and that is infinity. Infinity is interesting. Let's go ahead and set up something to show you how it works. I'm going to turn the sequence back on. Turn the sustain down. Harp sequence. Okay, so what I want to do here is, first of all, make this really small. Turn the decay down and the blend. So here is our sequence that we're going to sample into the infinity verb. This infinity verb can actually sample a couple seconds of what's going through it. Let's go ahead and turn this rate down. I want to give a lot of space here. And we're going to random that. Okay. Sampling by holding down both of these. You can see now it says capturing. So it's going to capture this and load it into a buffer. So now you can hear. Play with its tone. So that's what it sampled. There's a couple ways to deal with the way that it samples it. You can build, or you can have just one sequence that samples. And on top of that, there is a reverb. All right, that's it from me. I hope you have enjoyed this demo of our friends here, Synesthesia, the Ace pedal, and Specular Tempus, the 90s water cup pedal, modulation and reverb. And I hope you can see why I think that using effects on simple signals is one of the great joys of making music with technology. You know, getting a Microfreak and, you know, just even the Specular Tempus, or whatever reverb you like, it can be a wonderful experience. I'm planning on putting these on the back end of the ARP 2600, which I think is going to be a little overkill, but in the best way possible. Thank you to GFI and to Mass Distro for providing these units. Thank you for watching. My name is Jeremy. This is Red Means Recording, and I hope you have a wonderful day.